Hello everyone, this is Burcu Dinistan and welcome to Boosting Psychological Wellbeing course. I'm a research assistant in Psychology Department of Ultimus University, which is located in Istanbul, Turkey. So this is the second part of the course. In this section, we will examine the body and mind duo and the important link between our physical health and mental health. We will remember the physical factors that affect our psychological health, the importance of food, sleep, and breathing, which we will use to support both our body and our mental health. And we will discuss how physical activities, such as sports, can contribute to our psychological health and the effects of alternative techniques such as yoga and meditation. And finally, we will talk about what it really means to think positively and the methods which can help us. It is not possible to think of body and the mind separately. What we mean by physical well-being here is not to be in the good shape, but to feel physically strong and take good care of our body. The body and the mind affect each other mutually when our physical health is not good. This will also have a negative effect on our psychological health. Similarly, when our psychological health is bad, for example, when we experience depression or anxiety, our body is also negatively affected. We show somatic symptoms such as headaches, joint pain, loss of appetite, muscle pain, etc. So when you have a medical condition or a physical irritation, you experience pain and feel psychologically negative too. You might feel frustrated and intolerant when you experience, for example, migraine attacks. And you can reflect this intolerance into your relationship with others, and you can have conflicts. Likewise, imagine you have a very, very bad day. The next day, you probably won't want to get out of bed and eat. Maybe your head or stomach will hurt. These symptoms are experienced differently and, of course, with different intensity in each person. However, we know that every person reacts to stress he or she experiences physically and is affected by this negativity. We have just one body and one mind for a lifetime, so we must not forget that body and the mind are in a really close relationship and we must invest in both in the same way. So therefore, paying attention to our physical health is an important step to increase our psychological well-being. We have important resources to strengthen our body, and these are sleep, food, and breathe. And studies have shown that people who exercise regularly are more alert, sleep better, and have a better sense of well-being in general. So exercising gives the person physical vigor and endurance and ensures that daily routines can be continued in a healthy way. This order is important in protecting and supporting mental health. As a result of physical activity and healthy foods, our bodies produce the hormones that we need, such as endorphins. And these hormones and chemicals helps us feel good and maintain our mental health. By stimulating the pain receptors in the brain, the hormone endorphins, for example, acts as a natural painkiller and increases the sense of pleasure. And drinking and smoking is an important topic because drinking and smoking isn't just physically unhealthy for your body. Long-term intensive use and also negatively affects both mental health and family relationships of individuals. Substance use has disruptive effects on individuals' perceptions, emotions, and behaviors. It can raise the risk of people getting depressed by increasing their stress and anxiety levels. And of course, sleep is important. Sleep is one of the most important ways to support the body. A regular and adequate sleep is effective on both physical well-being and, of course, the psychological well-being. The recommended daily sleep time for an adult is between 7 to 9 hours, and it is effective to pay attention to sleep patterns and exercise for quality sleep. And in addition, the effects of breath on physical well-being cannot be denied. Breathing exercises can help reduce daily stress and increase your energy. Breathing deeply with full focus is a simple but powerful meditation and relaxation technique. With the right breathing techniques, we can facilitate both the functioning of our body and negative emotions such as anxiety and fear. It is very easy to learn. It can be done almost everywhere, and it allows you to learn quickly how to keep your anxiety under control. Exercise is an effective method to deal with many diseases that threaten our health and to protect our body. It is known that exercise prevents many important diseases such as obesity and diabetes, and so many others. Physical exercise is also important for psychological health too. The hormones released during exercise makes us feel better, like we said before, like endorphins. And that's why it is important to do physical exercise regularly. There is no need for long-term strenuous workouts. Outdoor walking, cycling, playing basketball, or just walking will have the same effects. It is important that the exercise helps maintain the physical performance of the body by doing it regularly, rather than being low or high tempo. There are many physical activities you can do even at home without the need for an equipment or a space. In the other side, there are some exercises like yoga and meditation, and they have a long history and are still popular practices today. Both embody a philosophy of life and aim to get to know themselves. So they aim to find inner self, strengthen the mind-body relationship, and support spiritual and physical well-being. There are many yoga and meditation methods. Nowadays, videos about yoga and meditation are shared online platforms from professionals, and applications for mobile devices are produced too. And they increase self-awareness and self-realization by allowing you to understand emotions, manage your energy, and understand your inner self better. Keeping track of our emotions and thoughts, thinking about ourselves and our relationships, listening to our body, improving our relationship with ourselves will increase our psychological health. When talking about thinking positively, it is often taught to think positively about everything and act like Pollyanna. It is not possible to feel okay about everything. Life is nothing like that. So we experience things that makes us happy or excited, as well as the things that upset or irritate us. But in fact, thinking positively is not to be despaired and downtrodden in the bad conditions, and to maintain the belief that the future will be better. The belief that everything will not remain the same. And the steps that can be taken with responsibility can make changes, will support the psychological resilience of the person. Everyone experiences small or big negative things, and it is important to think positively during these experiences to cope with anxiety and stress. It changes your relationships with yourself and others. your view of life, your enjoyment of daily events. It seems impossible to think positively in some of the bad conditions we have experienced. In such cases, viewing the situation neutrally, realizing our own thoughts, finding the source of our negative thoughts, and turning them to rational reasons enable us to see positive aspects and protect ourselves from this bad situation psychologically. It is important to realize that our negative emotions and to turn these negative emotions into positive ones to protect psychological health. You cannot think positively just by saying it. So to do this, you need to take time for yourself, avoid conflicts, and maybe face your fears. Leaving things to flow, believing in yourself, and benefiting from meditation, and being flexible in daily life supports positive thoughts. In the next chapter, together we will think about our relationship with ourselves. One of the most important determinants of psychological well-being is one's feelings and thoughts about himself or herself. And the nature of this sensitive relationship also determines one's relationship with the whole world and the environment. And firstly, we will think about our feelings and question how aware we are about our emotions. And we will talk about the effects of negative emotions as well as positive ones on us and the importance of accepting them. Then we will talk about how exploring and developing our strengths affects psychological well-being by deepening our inquiry into ourselves. And the impact of negative thoughts on our well-being is obvious as well as emotions. And we will talk about revealing unrealistic beliefs and thoughts and replacing them with realistic ones by following our thoughts about events. Among the feelings we feel towards ourselves, self-compassion and self-confidence are closely related to our psychological health. So we will mention the individual's behaviors and judgments towards himself, his capacity to accept his mistakes, and his ability to trust himself and his abilities. And finally, we will talk about slowing down and staying on your own by getting away from the events in the daily life. We will meet mindfulness, which aims to observe our feelings and thoughts without judging, by managing our attention naturally and gently. So, thank you for participating. I'll see you in the next video.